Imagine that when you click on a video, you expect something outrageous and shocking. But instead, you find a narrative that goes much beyond the title. Stay tuned until the very end of this film, because the truth about Claudine Auger and the images that caused people to gasp is about more than just skin tone or attire. It's about how one lady came to represent mystery, strength, and style for an entire generation. What if I told you that her strength in front of the camera, rather than just her appearance, was what truly left people speechless? Something changed the instant Claudine Auger appeared on screen, and she went on to become one of the most iconic Bond girls. Not only was she attractive, actresses are often attractive, she appeared to know she was a part of something greater, based on the way she moved and looked back at the camera. People didn't just see a lady in a swimsuit when they saw her in those iconic beach or waterfront settings. They saw a completely different kind of female presence, composed, self-assured, and in control of her own charm. For this reason, she continues to be discussed today. Her image has been repeatedly utilized over the years by periodicals, posters, and now the internet. Some people go too far and employ attention-grabbing headlines in the hopes that you would click without thinking. However, if you stop and take a close look, you see something different. You witness a woman who knows how to use style as a weapon and transform a straightforward pose into an impactful moment. She was more than a background ornament in a male narrative. When the film ended, she became the main subject and the person that everybody remembered. Why do these old pictures of Claudine continue to surface on the internet? It's not because they're the most intimate photos ever. There is a lot more extreme content in today's environment. Her images still have an impact because they evoke an emotion that is impossible to replicate. Elegance, intrigue, and a sort of subdued fire are present. She could make you look without yelling or shocking you. All she had to do to get people talking was to be herself. Sadly, a lot of titles and thumbnails these days attempt to condense all of that into a single, cheap response. Try not to gasp. They want you to view her as nothing more than a picture or a body. However, by doing so, they eliminate the actress. The years of training, the hard work, and the bravery required to accept parts in a field that wasn't always supportive to women. We miss the greater picture of how she contributed to the portrayal of powerful, gorgeous women on screen when we simply consider her from a limited perspective. I want you to start seeing her in a different way. If you stick with me all the way through, imagine the long days spent filming, the intense lighting, the pressure to appear flawless from every perspective, and the anxiety of making a single mistake. Imagine bearing the burden of being an icon, knowing that your body and face would be perpetually assessed and frozen in time. Despite living with that reality, Claudine Auger managed to project a sense of ease, independence, and strength. She left behind more than just a few bold pictures. It is the assurance she conveyed to those observing her. I want to feel that sure of myself was a common thought among many viewers, particularly women. They desired more than just her body. They desired her to be there. And no clickbait title can adequately describe that. That is something you must experience. So keep this video in mind the next time you hear her name used in a startling way. Keep in mind that there is a real person behind that picture. Someone who transformed filmmaking and made a lasting impression that extends much beyond a single stance or attire. Make sure to watch through to the very end. Give this video a like, share it with someone who enjoys classic movies, and subscribe if you liked discovering a deeper side of Claudine Auger and want to see more videos that honor the people behind the pictures. That way, you won't miss the next tale behind the face on screen.